Okay, everyone. I'm going to end the stack today with a romance. And no, it's not romantasy. It's a fiction romance. Hello everyone, my name is Holly. There's a little more than a month until summer is over. Thank freaking God. I hate summer so much. I am a fall and winter lady through and through. I do not care that it gets dark at like 5 p.m. It matches my soul, to be fair. I just love cooler weather, sweaters, blankets. The higher electricity bill isn't the greatest, but you can't always win. Now I have 5 or 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books here that I feel are doable before the beautiful fall season hits. I am a slower reader. I'm not one of those people anymore who reads 100 pages plus a day. I used to be, but nah, I get distracted way too easily now, and it takes longer for me to understand things. They say you're supposed to get wiser as you get older, but that's a bunch of bullshit, because I think it's the opposite. I know I'm definitely dumber, and I can say that for a lot of older people that I know too. Did I really just say that? Editing Holly, keep that in. Don't cut it. I'm also trying to focus more on my physical TBR because baby, it's overflowing. I've been reading a lot on my Kindle, listening to a lot of audiobooks, but I want to shift my focus to this massive TBR mountain behind me before it topples and suffocates me, because trust me, it has the potential. I might have a romance in this pile, but please let me explain once we get to that. The first book is Sunder. I told you in my most recent unboxing video that I was going to be talking about this one again, and well, here I am. I might be already in the middle of this one by the time this video goes up. I'm filming this somewhat early August, so yeah, future Holly should be well into this, but I've been excited about it for a while. I've heard great things about it. It's following a woman who is a death speaker, which means that she can see how people died and interact with them. Sorry, if you see like my lighting shift, my cats are going insane right now. They're jumping in and out of the window, opening the curtain, so blame them. Children! Calm down. Anyway, she can see how people died and interact with the ghost, I believe, and she's taking on odd jobs that involve deaths, but one of the jobs goes terribly wrong. I believe this is a mix of dark and high fantasy. I feel like I haven't read a high fantasy in a while, so I'm so ready for that. Also, this is a standalone. No waiting years to get to the end of the story. And I have been so bad at reading sequels lately. Oh my gosh, my cats are on cocaine. In fact, I really want to do a full month where I just reread first books to fantasy series that I never continued. There's a lot of those on my shelves, and I think it'd be really fun. So yeah, I really want to do that. In fact, I have one of those books on my list today that I'll show you. But a completed story all in one sounds lovely, and hopefully future Holly is enjoying this one. So I feel like I'm entering my horror thriller era. I don't know what it is. Maybe it comes with age. You know how like the old ladies at the retirement home are reading How to Murder Your Caretaker. You can't fool me, Granny. I know what you're doing. But I've been really eyeing the spooky, twisty reads extra as of late, so I decided to throw The Midnight Forest into this TBR. Sure, this would probably be a great book for the fall, but it's kind of giving me summer vibes, specifically end of summer, so it fits the bill. This one takes place in some newly built resort. There's like a celebration for its opening, and oops, there's a murder, and you have to figure out who done it, and I'm really feeling it right now. This might be my next read, after Sunder, obviously. Next up, I have I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons. Fitting title, as I am a little afraid to read it, because when I first got this, I read a couple pages of it, and the writing style put me off a little bit. It seems very different and not like the smoothest to read, but I love dragons, and this physical book is so freaking cool. It is beautiful. I love the cover, and then you open it, like, look at that. I think it's so well designed, but yeah, it's a really short book, which would typically mean it'd be a fast read, but the writing style might slow me down. Hopefully the story and plot end up being really good, where I can oversee how it might be written. And what's really cool about this dragon book in particular is that it's following like a huge variety of dragons, not just like one type. It's following like little dragons and giant dragons and just all sorts of different types, and I'm just really excited about that. And it sounds very medieval fable-like. Hopefully it's a good one, because I would really be sad to unhaul this because it's just so pretty. Okay, 3 books remaining in this stack. Let's talk about the book that I want to reread, and that is The Ranger of Marzana. So I read this book the year that it came out, which was 2020. Nearly 5 years ago, because we're almost in the year 2025. and I think I liked it, but I remember it being very slow paced. And I know not a lot of people want to read a story that is slow going and takes forever to lift off, but honestly, slow paced fantasy can work for me. I don't remember anything about it besides it's following two siblings who are separated during this like period of war or something. And I have the rest of the trilogy. So going to read it again. If I end up liking it the same, then I'll read book 2. But if I don't and my feelings for it have changed, which I'm so scared of being the case, then that just means I get to take the series off of my shelves and donate them and make room for new books, because isn't that what being a reader is all about? Unhauling books just to haul more. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys what this trilogy looks like. So we have book 2, which by the way, these covers are so freaking pretty. All 3 books have just amazing covers. The Queen of Ismoraz. Never went on to read it. Sad. Book 3, which also has an amazing cover, just like the epitome of fantasy. The Wizard of Eventide. However, which way you want to say that. So hopefully I enjoy book 1 the second time and we can move on to this trilogy probably sometime in the fall. I also want to do that for this quartet. I read the first book, We Ride the Storm, enjoyed it, but I waited too long to read the sequel and just forgot everything, and I really struggle getting into the story again. I also need to do that for this series as well. And The Mask of Mirrors, I never went on to The Liar's Knot. I should make a whole video on this. The same can be said for the combat codes. It is too much of a common theme. Second to last book, and yes, I am saving that romance for last. I have Castle of the Cursed. I am in the mood to explore a dark and creepy castle, and by the look of it, this will fulfill all of my gothic castle dreams. Imagine just living in a castle. Everyone complains, oh, it'd be too drafty, but that's why it would be amazing. Like, you could just wrap a blanket around you 24/7 like a freaking cape. Sweaters and hoodies all day, every day. Wow, I'm getting way off topic. Anyways, let's get back to the book. I could talk about the benefits of living in a castle for hours. This is supposed to be a very dark book. In fact, there's a lot of mental health, depression, suicide triggers with it, so a very heavy plot. I believe this is also considered a romantic fantasy. I believe anyways. Yes, deliciously atmospheric and darkly romantic. But that's okay. They all are these days. If you can't avoid them, join them, I guess. So we have a character who is basically staying at her aunt's creepy castle. Is that correct? Oh yes, that's correct. She accepts an invitation to live overseas with a strange aunt, or aunt, however way you say it, at their ancestral Spanish castle. And hopefully she goes all Scooby-Doo and shit and investigates, gets nosy, and finds ghosts and dark secrets. That sounds lovely. Okay, everyone. I'm going to end the stack today with a romance. And no, it's not romantasy. It's a fiction romance. Listen, I am trying to be open-minded here. Publishers have been sending me so much romance lately. I think they're trolling me or just trying to switch me to the dark side. And it's working. One last summer. So there's a lot of reasons why I hate romance. Oftentimes it makes me cringe. I don't like miscommunication, which romance kind of has to rely on. I don't like bickering and arguing. I'm incredibly laid back, so maybe that's why that gets on my nerves a lot. And oftentimes I'm like, dude, why are you guys arguing? There is such a simple solution to this. So maybe I just haven't found the right romance book, and I am willing to search for it. So this was sent to me by the publisher, and when I opened the package, I actually got a little flutter of excitement because of the cover. I really love this cover. There's no characters on it, which I know is a huge romance cover theme, but this I can get behind. It's very campground-like, and as someone who works at one, I like that. I also just really like the geometric design that it has. I love the colors. Here's the spine. So I'm going to give this a try. I don't know if it'll be in my August wrap-up video or my September wrap-up video, but it will be in one of those. Maybe as a DNF, who knows? I don't even know how to review a contemporary romance. When I first started this YouTube channel many years ago, I definitely read and reviewed contemporary romance fiction before, but that was back in the olden days. How do you even review a book like this? I guess we'll find out. Alrighty, so those are some of the books that I want to read before this hot summer ends. There are definitely other books that I am eyeing up, and I'm sure I'll get some in the mail that I just can't not pick up, so you'll just have to subscribe and watch my videos to find out. Tell me in the comments which books that you want to read before the fall season begins. I'd love to know. Like this video before you go, and until we meet again, Happy reading.